What's up, everybody? It's Andrew. Hope you guys are doing well. Coming back at you with another episode of the Jaguar Podcast, and I'll be doing a quick game preview of the Week 10 matchup between the Jaguars and the Chiefs. So let's get into it. The Jags will be playing in Kansas City. This will be an away game, and this stadium is going to be popping, man. It's going to be loud. Kansas City fan base is they're intense, man. They're hardcore. I'm having memories really of the 2019 game. I think it was the season opener against the Chiefs where my wife and I went down to Jacksonville and it was a scorcher. I think it was in September. It was almost 100 degrees. And we watched Nick Foles, break his clavicle after that 40-yard touchdown pass to, I believe it was DJ Chark. And he was out for most of the season and didn't see him much after that. But we're going to be facing a hell of a quarterback, one of the greats, Patrick Mahomes. The Jaguars D is going to have their work cut out for him in this game. It's going to be very tough to contain him. And, I'll go into that in a little bit. I also did just failed to mention, I also did a collaboration with another podcast from Every Morning Quarterback. I think it's the Arrowhead Chief podcast. Great bunch of guys. Talked about the game. So check that episode out. I'll post a link to it in the video description. But yeah, let's talk about, some of the keys to the game. I think Jacksonville is going to have to come out fast. Like I always say, tempo. They're going to have to control the tempo of this game, especially it being an away game. So Trevor's going to have to, come out. The offense is going to come out and have to move the ball fast and score early, demoralize that fan base because they're intense. And if the offense can't get going, it's going to be a long day for Jacksonville. So Trevor, they got to utilize that RPO like they did in the last game. He's got wheels. So he's got to run the football. He's going to have to mix it up, giving the ball to ETN and then taking off for those first downs. And so I think you're going to see a lot of that in this game. I also think they need to, work Evan Ingram and Christian Kirk, and also use Jamal Agnew, man. This guy is a great player, an X factor player for the Jaguars. He could do a lot of different things. We saw him have some explosive plays on special teams, last week against the Raiders. He had a nice little punt return there for, I believe it was like 50 yards. So they got to work him in with the jet sweep, line him up in the slot and throw to him. He can catch, give the ball to him, let him run the ball too. He could really do it all. So I hope we see a lot more Jamal Agnew in this game because he's really, in my opinion, been underutilized this season. And he's an explosive player. Got to, again, go to ETN, utilize him as a wide receiver in the flats, and use him for these speed plays, speed option. And I think that's really going to be what Jacksonville does. They're going to be running a lot of, short passes, a lot of RPO. Hopefully we see some jet sweep too. This Kansas City defense is going to be tired. They had a long game against the Titans, especially facing Derrick Henry, and the Titans being an AFC South team that likes to pound the football. So their defense is probably still a little tired from that game. So I think we need to mix it up between the run and pass and minimize the turnovers. We did have one turnover against the Raiders. Jermichael Hasty had a fumble. We have to minimize those because those are game killers right there. It just changes the whole tempo and momentum of the game. So we can't have any turnovers from an offensive perspective. Got to protect the football. So, those are some of the keys to the game offensively. Defensively, have to stop Patrick Mahomes. We saw in the Titans game, if you guys watched it, when he got to the outside, he killed the Titans. He got first downs with his legs, right? He took off The guy's got wheels. He can just make incredible plays like these sidearm throws. So Jacksonville has to play good outside contain. So that means Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker, they got to be spying and watching Mahomes. Don't overcommit. The linebackers have to play well too. They have to have good pursuit. So I expect us to see some different fronts here from Mike Caldwell. I think we're probably going to see a lot more 3-4 in this game. More linebackers out there to kind of watch Mahomes and hopefully be able to tackle him because he is a threat. Not only in the passing game, but in the running game as well. Our secondary has to play well. Tyson Campbell's got to have another killer game. He's got to lock down Juju Schuster. I'm going to go, into those key matchups in a second, but defensive line, they have to stop the run. With Edwards-Helaire, because I think the Chiefs are going to run the ball a lot more in this game. They're going to try to tire out that Jaguars defense, keep them on the field. So we have to stuff those holes. Foley Fatukasi, Roy Robertson-Harris, and Devon Hamilton. Those guys have to have a good game. DeJuan Smoot, he's got to get going in this game. He had 2 sacks in the last game against the Raiders. So, Smoot, again, like I said, playing his ass off this year. Hope we extend him because he definitely deserves it. Josh Allen, man, he's got to get going. Where the hell has he been this season? I mean, it doesn't even feel like the guy's on the field. He's been real quiet this year. Just got, he got his 5th-year option with the Jaguars, and he's doing nothing. So, I don't know if he's going to be returning next season or if the Jags decide to, do a long-term deal with him. But he's got to get going. Trayvon Walker, he's got to get going as well. Got to, disrupt that pass protection and that offensive line for Kansas City and get into the backfield and sack Patrick Mahomes. So, defensive line, we got to get a pass rush going, especially from the edge rushers. Linebackers like Aluakan and Lloyd, they got to have good games. Lloyd, maybe we see him. Hopefully he gets another interception. I think he's had 3 this year. Another guy who has just been having a really good season. So hopefully those guys can force some turnovers. But yeah, defense just has to play well, force some turnovers, and maybe, who knows, we could sneak away with an upset. It'll be tough, especially when we're playing in Kansas City and playing against this football team that's really good. But some of the key matchups here I want to talk about, one being, start off with, will be our center, Luke Fortner, and Brandon Sheriff versus Chris Jones, interior lineman for the Chiefs. This guy is he's huge, man, and he just disrupts everything, and he gets upfield and will wreak havoc for quarterbacks and offenses. So we have to find a way to minimize him, take him out of the game. Not literally, but I'm saying minimize him and make him a non-factor in this game, and so we can run the football. So Sheriff and Luke Fortner, they're going to have their work cut out for them. So hopefully they can block well in the interior and open up some holes for ETN and also protect the quarterback. Another matchup I want to talk about is Tyson Campbell, Jacksonville Jaguars corner versus Juju Schuster, ace wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. This is going to be one to look out for. They're going to be battling, and hopefully Tyson's able to lock him down like he did with Devontae Adams in the second half of the Raiders game, which ultimately helped lead to the Jaguars' victory. So he's got to have a great game. He's got to shut down Juju. And I think if he can do that, that will be a key to success for Jacksonville. Also want to talk about Tyson Campbell, Trey Herndon and Darius Williams. They have to have good games. I feel like the Chiefs are going to try to create some mismatches there, and that's going to be one of them. I think they're going to pick on Trey Herndon. So, he's got to play better. Darius Williams, he has to have a good game. The safeties, Andre Sisco and Jenkins, they have to play well. They have to help, Campbell and Herndon out, and they have to tackle. So, those are some of the key matchups there. Another one being Christian Kirk, Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver versus I think Trey McDuffie, corner for the Chiefs. That'll be one to look out for. If Kirk can win a lot of those matchups, hopefully we can hurt the Chiefs deep and exploit their secondary. So, I think this could be an interesting game. Could be a upset if the Jags show up like they did against the Raiders. I think it's going to be a tough one to win, and I'm sticking to my score prediction. That I had with the collaboration, the Every Morning Quarterback collaboration with the Arrowhead Chief podcast. Check that one out again. A shout out to them. Bunch of great guys. I think it's going to be 21-35 Chiefs. I think they're going to sneak away with a win, but it's going to be a hard-fought battle. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think the score is going to be? Do you think the Jags sneak away with the win? Or do you think the Chiefs are just going to destroy us? Would definitely be interested in hearing what you guys think about this game. Leave me a comment on the YouTube video or podcast episode. If you enjoy this video, or if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you enjoy my work, hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate that. And also, I will be doing a live stream this Sunday for the game. We can hang out, you guys. We can react together and watch this game. The last live stream was real awesome, guys. Thanks again for showing up. It's always fun, and I love doing it. So let's experience the game together, and I'll see you on Sunday. You guys stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy. Go Jags, and I'll see you next time. Duval! What's up, everybody? It's Andrew from the Jaguar Podcast. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, there's more content over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as always. And remember, this is a podcast, so you can find this pretty much wherever you find podcasts. There I'll be doing interviews of current and former Jaguars players, including Joe Schobert, DeJuan Smoot, Shaq Quarterman, etc. And I also do interviews of former Jaguars players, including Natron Means, Jimmy Smith, Tom McManus, etc. So be sure to check out the podcast, subscribe to it, stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, go Jags, and I'll see you next time.